Hi, I'm Jessica. Welcome to Mentoring Masterminds, where we combine the expert level insights we've gained as a top rated mentoring software provider with real world best practices from mentoring program leaders at top organizations. In this video, we're going to dive into the importance of goal setting in mentoring programs. You know the saying, proper planning prevents poor performance? Well, that applies to mentoring programs as well. And if you don't know what you're trying to achieve, you'll leave far too much to chance. If you've ever visited Vegas, everyone knows the number one rule. In games of chance, the house always wins. Don't let the house win in your mentoring programs. Take control by removing chance from the equation with focused goals for both mentoring relationships and the program as a whole. We'll walk through what proper goal setting will do for your programs, some ideas of how to get started, and hear some best practice advice from a mentoring program leader in our client community. Before that though, make sure to like and subscribe to get updated when we post new mentoring program advice every Wednesday. First, let's talk about why you should set goals. Setting clear and achievable goals in a mentoring program is a way of planning with the end in mind. Goals allow you to envision either an end game or a notable mile marker for your program. Once that goal is set, you can get into the weeds to determine what steps need to be taken to reach that goal. While this may be simple, you can think of it the same way as taking a vacation. Your first step is going to be a top-level goal. Where do I want to go? From there, you begin planning the details. Dates, travel methods, travel costs, and lodging. None of the subsequent steps would even make sense until you've set the primary goal of where you want to go. The same applies to mentoring programs and mentoring relationships. Once you have a goal in mind, such as increase employee retention among the sales team, you can then begin deciding how your mentoring program should be structured to get to that goal. Again, this also applies to mentor and mentee relationships within your program. If you want your mentoring program relationships to succeed, create a framework for mentors and mentees that will help them establish goals at the beginning. You're more likely to see the program results you want when your mentoring pairs are also aligning their relationship around achievable goals. The theory on why setting goals is a good one, but let's get practical. How do you even set goals? There are many ways you can go about this. The method you use depends on what you want to achieve. For mentoring relationships, we recommend the REAL goal format. That stands for relevant, aspirational, experimental, and learning-based. You can read more about REAL goals by checking the link in the description for this video. For program-level goal setting, you may want to focus on measurable objectives instead of goals. For that, we recommend checking out the SMART method. That stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Do you see the difference? REAL goals are great for learning-based development. SMART goals, which might be better classified as objectives, are designed more for initiatives that are measured against a KPI, like a mentoring program. Now, we won't discourage you from testing out other known methods for goal setting. Trial and error is a good thing. Just make sure you follow one simple rule. Write it down. A Dominican University of California study found that you're 42% more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down. So don't let those goals live in your head. Take time to record them, plan out the steps to achieve them, and then take action to realize them. Okay, we know you're probably wondering, what type of goals should I set? The immediate answer is, it depends. Before setting any goals, examine why you need mentoring in the first place. That will inform the goals you set, both within mentoring relationships and for your mentoring programs as a whole. Here are some good questions to ask to tease out those goals. 1, what are my company's biggest employee-related struggles or problems? 2, what issues do former employees bring up in exit interviews? Are any of those issues related to engagement and development? 3, which functions within your company are underperforming, and in what ways are they underperforming? 4, what are your turnover rates? Have you determined why those rates are high? 5, are your employees happy at work? If not, why? And what programs do you currently have in place to boost engagement and happiness? We could go on, but your time is valuable, so we'll leave it at this. Look at employee engagement, learning, and development across all possible angles. If you see trouble spots, figure out why issues exist there, and then align your mentoring goals so you have a people-based approach to solving them. Now, let's get into a real-world example. Take a peek at how MentorClick's customer Principal Financial aligns its mentoring program strategy around its key business goals.
You talk about the benefits of mentoring at the individual level. Can you tell us about your experience in aligning mentoring objectives and purposes to overall business goals and objectives?
Yeah, so connecting this work to the business strategy is so important. And all companies, right? So mentoring and the inclusion work itself, it's really about doing the right thing in many cases, but it's also about driving profitable business growth. Principle like most organizations or for-profit organizations, and that's why we're here. And so it comes down to what problem are we trying to solve through our business strategy? We identify those problems, and when you get into the talent discussions, it really comes down to the need to upskill talent. How are we going to develop our employees? Mentoring is one of the leading ways to upskill employees. So when we talk about what are the skills needed to be successful in an organization, at Principal, it goes anywhere from, for us, how do we get ahead? How do we work together or work inclusively? And then there's the strategic thinking component. So our mentoring program was really hinged on the skills that are important for our organization to be successful. And I tell you that our employees were able to really lean in on those particular skills. And what has also been extremely helpful are those side benefits, those things that we did not expect to get out of the mentoring program. And I believe those are the things that our employees are valuing equally as much, things such as the ability to navigate their careers more successfully, the ability to get help with things outside of work. We've been in some very difficult times with the pandemic, and our employees are talking about how folks who have been in the workplace maybe a little bit more longer than they have, and they're helping them with their childcare issues. They're helping them with their emotional issues that they're experiencing, perhaps even some caregiving issues. I've heard people talk about even major purchasing decisions. So mentors cast a very long shadow, and it's just been super beneficial from a business strategy perspective. And also, equally important, is from a personal perspective, because at the end of the day, we all have one life and we don't get to compartmentalize those lives anymore. The pandemic has actually moved that out of sight for us for now. So it's extremely beneficial.
What goals do you think will help boost the success of your mentoring programs or mentoring relationships? Let us know in the comments below. Goal setting can seem intimidating when you don't know what you should focus on. Surround yourself with great people who can help you work past those mental roadblocks. And don't forget, we have loads of great content on YouTube and our website, mentorclick.com, where you can find more advice, mentoring tips, and actionable resources for launching, growing, managing, and measuring the success of your mentoring programs. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe to get updated when we release mentoring mastermind videos and other mentoring related content.